Hello, hello. Hello and happy holidays. Yes. Elaine Marilakos Heddleson here with Astrology Mojo. I'm coming out of my Christmas stupor. Hope you're doing well. Please come by and say hello to me. We're going to be talking about numerology today. Yep, for the year. We're just going to do a brief thing, and then we'll talk about it again on Thursday. And Thursday is the last day of December of 2020. Yeah, okay. Hey, Vicky's here. Hi. Let's bring it down, everybody. Let's bring it down. Not get down, not be down. Hey, you know what I got for Christmas? Dean gave me, I got technology for Christmas, so I'm upgrading. I spent the entire 2 days, yesterday and the day before, this weekend, cleaning out old files, 4 bins of recycling, cleaning up my computer, and it took 2 days, right? Getting rid of malware and upgrading systems, la, 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 and I still have more to go, but I got Moonology cards. Isn't that fun? From my husband. I'm very excited. I'm just going to play with them, put my vibe on them. Okay, so come say hello to me today. We're talking about numerology. Who knows their numbers? Now, this is personal numerology. This is not your destiny number. It's not your life path number, which is essentially the same. So I want to show you a formula so you can figure out what the general theme is for your year. So first, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and let's just look at the beautiful snow scene behind us. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Okay, you ready? And if you're just joining me, oh, by the way, Elaine Marilakos Heddleson with Astrology Mojo. I want to help you get your mojo back. And it's not just about astrology. The planets don't do anything to you. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. So that when the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, it's reflected by way of aspects and angles in astrology. Yeah, that's how it works. And I'm going to clean my new glasses and put those on. All right, so every year, now there's 2 kinds of numerologies. There's the Chaldean system, which also includes the shape of the letter. We're not doing that. We're doing the Sam Pythagoras theorem, which is a little more updated, and some people say, yes, no, that's what I use. Okay, let's switch it out. Oh, that's better. These are cleaner. The other ones keep sliding off my face. Okay, so basically there's a way to figure out, it's called Fadic addition, F-A-D-I-C, and it's an ancient word, kind of like an acronym. I'm gonna okay, we're gonna have fun today. And when you look at the number 2021, which we're entering, it is the equivalent of a number 5. So in general, 2020 was a 4. 4, and I'll run down the list again if you're listening at different times. But the number 4 is all about work. It's about rolling up your sleeves. It's about figuring out the solution. It's not a fun number. But when you break it down, it's a 22. And the 22 comes with a higher vibe. It comes, it's a master number, 1111. You know, the 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, all the doubles are master numbers. And they represent different things. I'm not going to get too much into it. But the monad, which is 1, doubled equals the, all right, let me see if I got the pronunciation right. Tetragrammatron. Wait, that sounds like Transformers. Yeah, it's, wait a minute, I know. Tetragrammaton. And literally, it's part of the Old Testament, the Kabbalistic system in Kabbalah, and it's connected to the oneness of divinity. So 1111, if that's part of your number year, we'll talk about that, of course, today and on Thursday. But I just want to give you a brief overview of how you can calculate the numbers yourself. And you can go online. They have calculators to do this, but this will be fun, right? Okay. Yeah. Here, I made a little chart for everybody. Okay, so we're talking about your personal year. And even though the year 2021 is the number 5, that doesn't mean that's your year. The numbers go from 1 through 9 and then repeat. And unless we're talking about double numbers, but 1 through 9, okay? So the birth month plus the day, like if your birthday is December 12th, first you have to break down emphatic addition. Every number becomes one digit. So December is the 12th month. It's the number 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So December is a 3. November would be a 2. October would be a 1, right? So we go 1 through 9. From January through September, that's 1 through 9. And then we start over again. So any double or triple numbers, you have to break down and keep adding until you get one digit. That's what's called emphatic addition. So as an example that I'm using here, 12 for December equals a 3. And let's say your birthday is December 14th. So the 14 is a double digit. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So you've got 3 for the month of December and 5 for the day from 14. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Now you take that number and you add it to 2021. Now 2021 is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, which equals a 5. So once you know the year number, which is a 5, you know how to add up anybody's birth month and day, not the year. That's your life path number, your destiny number. We're not doing that. This is a personal year number. So 5 plus 8, if you were born on December 14th, 5 plus 8 equals a 13. And again, you keep adding down, distilling down to one number. 1 plus 3 equals 4. That means if your birthday was December 14th, then your personal year is a 4. Hard work, brass tacks, getting down to business, rolling up your sleeves. Okay? So I'm going to cover the years, what each number means, and then you can apply your year once you calculate it to those numbers. Okay? Does that make sense? You know, once you focus and you get it down. So I'll just do another one. Let's say, Vicki, when's your birthday? So we'll do yours because you're here. If you're still there. Anybody here? Hello, hello, hello. It's a 10-second delay between me and you, so I'll just play with my Moonology cards. Oh, and here's an announcement. In the upcoming year, 2021, I am going to be on Facebook doing a show Thursday only for 1 hour. Once a week for 1 hour. That's my new schedule. I have to get back to work, have to get back to business. And I've been playing for 3 years on Facebook, and I'm loving it and giving. And I'm hoping that you're loving it too. Okay, so I don't need the year. Remember, when we do numerology for your personal year, you don't count the year. It's just 1 9. So anything you add to a 9 equals the original number. So Vicky's personal year number is a 1 plus a 5, because we already know 2021 breaks down to a 5, and that equals a 6. So your year is a 6. Hang on to that. Hey, Samuel, hi. I don't need the year because we're not calculating destiny number. So 927, that's a double 9. So it's a 9 plus a 5. Anything you add to 9 equals the number itself. It's a 5. That is perfect for a musician, an artist, someone who wants to play, travel, find a new way to travel. You want to check how that sits with you, right? So 6 is all about family. 6 is all about, well, let me start from the beginning. A 1 is independence. A 1 equals new, monadic. It's the ancient term monadic. There are 12 monads in your structure. We'll get into that someday. You're angelic and starseed people. Okay, it's your team spirit. Go team, go. You are one of 12. And so your monad is the number 1. If you're in a number 1 year, not if your personal birthday is number 1, but if your whole, adding the 5 of 2021 to your personal birth information, not the year, the month and the day. June 7th, September 15th, never the year when you're figuring out your personal year number, okay? You got it? So you just distill everything down to one number and then add it to the number 5 because that's 2021. It's a number 5 year. So 1 equals independence, starting over, beginning anew, really discovering what your likes and dislikes are, you just came out of a 9. If you're in a 1 year, you just came out of a 9. That was tough. You need to start over. You need to feel refreshed. You need to open up the windows, clean out the closets, let it go if you didn't do that in a 9 year. And let me tell you that the beginning of any year is still trailing the energy from the last number. So let's say you're just now in December of 2020, if you're watching this in a replay, if you're in December of 2020 and you know your personal number and you've been living in a 4 year and you're moving on to a 5 year, oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun. But let's remember there are some details we have to take care of from the last year, right? If you're moving into a 7 year from a 6 year, you're going to calm down the family stuff and start to set boundaries because it's all about alone time. Okay, so we're trailing over a few months into the new year. And then you can also do your personal day. That's a whole other calculation. I'll do that for Thursday. Okay, and then just the other announcement that on starting Thursday, right? Yes, Thursday, January 7th, I will be here. And regular, same bat time, same bat channel. And I will only be here once a week for 1 hour because I'm getting back to work. Okay, so number 1, let me just get rid of this for a minute. Okay, and let's enjoy the scenery and feel cozy. Hope you're safe and healthy wherever you are. Okay, and number 1 year is independence. It's about the self, not selfish in a negative way, but, taking care of yourself, really seeing how you want to express yourself. Number 2 is a Roman numeral 2 because it's all about walking through the gateway between you and the rest of the world. You, a partner. You, the family. You, the business. You and them. So on number 2, the Roman numeral 2, is learning about empathy and relationships and really moving toward partnership on whatever level. It could be business, it could be romance, it could be, and it doesn't mean you're going to find romance. It means you're going to find the reasons why you can't have something more intimate in a number 2 year. So Mindy, I'm noticing, has 229. I don't need the year, folks. Do not need the year, month, and the day. So that's a 4. A 4 plus 5 is a 9. We're going to get to the 9s. That's the, I would say 3, 7, and 9 are the most active and difficult at times because you really have to be honest with yourself. So we're in a 2 definition is partnership and really understanding why you are in the relationship that you're in with a friend, lover, what kind of partnerships you have with your family. It's business related. It's all... And it starts with you and your identity and your relationship to divinity and your higher self and what you really believe you are, you deserve, your worth. So a 2 year sets it up. And just like and all the numbers apply in the tarot, If we break it down in astrology, each of the planets has a number, right? So all the numbers do vibrate a frequency. Your telephone number, your bank card PIN number, every number you have vibrates a frequency. So if you get to choose a phone number, and I always ask, do the numbers, what is the exchange and what's the part that everybody has in a town or on this provider system? And they might say, well, 301, 722, that's what everybody has. So the rest you get to pick, you hope, because whatever you distill that down into in equals, that's going to vibe on your phone for your business, for home and personal. Okay? So then from a 2, we move into a 3-year. And a 3-year is all about communication. Not this kind first. It's about what's going on in here and in here. What kind of communication? What kind of things are you telling yourself? What's your belief system? What's it all about, Alfie? Because if you don't believe something, if you believe you're going to get sick, that creates a stress response, and that lowers your immunity. And then you get sick, and then you go, see, I knew it. And that is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, sometimes you get sick or something happens and you weren't even thinking about it. And you're saying, I wasn't even thinking about it. Well, then that is a combination of some other things that brings you up to speed with how you're communicating. Really, you want to look at what you're saying, what you're writing, what you believe, what comes out of your mouth based on your synapses, what your neurons are doing, and why those beliefs are still with you if you don't feel that they're true. It's about becoming more conscious, more active year, number 3. Then from 3, we move to 4. And in a 3, you can deal a lot with paperwork or missives, or maybe you're writing a proposal or a book, or a class or curriculum. So 3s have a lot to do with, all right, here's the information. Then we move into a 4-year, and it's like, now I have to assemble it in the best way possible. So does that make sense, right? Okay. So when you assemble information, you're going to go back to number 1, how does this serve my independence? Number 2, am I really sharing with others in an intimate way, in an empathic, compassionate way? And then number 3, is the information correct? You see, so all the numbers still overlap because a number contains the previous numbers. But the number you're in for the personal year is the number that we're looking at. That's where we are. So if you're in a 4-year, then that's where you have to work harder sometimes. And you're like, I just did that. And then someone says, yeah, you have to redo your taxes, or you're going to be audited, or the information on your blah, blah is incorrect. You need to go out and fill out the form all over. And you're like, oh my God. Okay. So a 4-year is filled with a lot of details. A 4-year is akin to, for me, because I'm not a numbers person or a paperwork person. I just got rid of 5 years of paperwork. 5 years. You know how much lighter I feel? Oh, okay. But it took a push to do it. And a number 4 kind of reminds me of an accountant, someone who's, or a scientist, someone who's dealing with the facts. They've got the data, and now they have to assemble it in a way that makes sense, thereby including the 3-year. But, okay, does that make sense? So the 4-year might not be as fun because you got to get down to business. You got to fill out forms, and maybe it's estate planning. Maybe you're working on a project for a business, and you have to get the research together, and it's just the numbers, the data, the words, the paper, and if you love that kind of stuff, then this is your year. Okay, I'm going to grab my notes over here. Wait a minute. Okay. So, like me, I'm in a 4-year. I'm putting out a class this year. the astrology masterclass. So I've got to make sure everything gets transferred properly, all the data is correct, all the download sheets for the 30 something modules that I wrote and recorded, and I'm down to the last recording. And then there's homework assignments that go with each. So there's a correlation, then there's the marketing, and then there's the uploading. You see? So that's a 4-year I'm heading into. I just did it all in the 3-year. And now I'm going to promote it, produce it, and sell it in the 4-year. Now, when we move from a 4-year to a 5-year, we're like, yeah, I'm flipping off the loafers, man. I'm going to go water skiing somewhere over the rainbow. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to play music. I'm going to learn how to play. Play. What a video games. I want to have more fun. I want to have some romance. 5 sits on a rocker, so you go back on a 5 to look at, oh, wow, yeah, I used to do that, but now you look forward and you go, I don't want to do that anymore. This is what I want to do. I want to have fun. 5 is a fun year. You have to be careful if you don't want to have a baby in a 5-year. You hear what I'm saying, right? Buckle up. So that's a 5-year. 5-year can also be kind of aloof, like you play the field, you date many, you kind of dabble in different things without total commitment. It's just literally, I want to play. Don't take me seriously. I already came out of that, and I just want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. Guys too, and those of non-specific gender. In a 5-year. 5 years are fun. I like 5 years. But, if you know your personal destiny number, which is your birth date, and year, and you add that all up, phatic addition, get one number. If you know that that is a number 5, and then you're in a number 5, oh my gosh, don't say, I said this, just between me and you could probably win the lottery. I'm just saying. It's like, I'm not saying that that's a given. I'm saying that that's the kind of, because it's like laissez-faire. I don't care. I'm going to have fun. I'll spend $5 on a lotto. Hey, whatever, because you're not attached. That's the fun thing about a 5-year. And then, hey, what do you know? $250. Yay, I can go play. I'm going to learn how to play the piano, or I'm going to paint, or I'm going to go hiking, or I'm going to plan a trip. Let's not let fear grip us, okay? Now, from a 5, we move into a 6. And a 6 is all about family, 2 kinds of family. There is the initial biological family. Somebody may need your help. Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe your kids need you, or your parents need you, or, your aunt or uncle or grandma, grandpa, they come to stay with you for a while, or you're concerned about them. Or as you plan for family, you also then expand into community. Number 6 looks like a pregnant person. So they're filled from the inside with service, community service, and helping others if you belong to a church, or maybe it's about organizing a book club, or a Stitch and Bitch kind of group, or whatever. It deals with how can I serve the community and my family, but you have to have really good boundaries in a 6-year, especially if your personal destiny number is a 6. Now, how do you get the destiny number? That is your birth month plus your birth date plus your birth year. You add all the numbers and distill it down to 1, and that is your destiny number. That's your life path number. So if you are, say, born on August 10th, so August is an 8th, 8 plus 1 plus 0, that's a 9. And if this were a 9-year, like, okay, wow, you and I need to have a conversation. Because there's going to be a lot of endings. I know someone who went through a 9 a couple of years ago, and their father passed away, 2 dogs passed away, and they got divorced. That's not always typical of a 9-year. It could just be, I'm done, I'm tired, I want to start over. But we'll talk about that when we get there. So a 6 and a 3, 6, 9, right? These are high vibe numbers because you put them together and you've got solfeggio frequencies that really help you to attune to your DNA. So what's the communication? That's the 3. The 6 is the service, and the 9 is the higher vibe humanitarian with boundaries and endings. So you can literally transmute death. But I digress. We're talking about a 6-year. So if you're in a 6-year, and let me just add some numbers here. Let's see. Carlene, 12, 15. So if we're adding 12, we get a 3. If we're adding 15, we get a 6. So a 12, a 3, plus a 6 equals a 9. So you add a 9 to a 5. You always, whatever you add to 9 equals the same number that you're adding. So Carlene's in a 5-year. Go play. Go play. Go have fun. Carlene says, how do I add it? Okay. Oh, I just did some magic and disappeared. Here's how you do it. This is the formula. You take your birth month. You take your birth month, and whatever month that is, do it in numbers, not in letters. And that equals December equals a 12. And you keep adding the numbers until you get 1 digit. So that's phatic addition. So 12 is 1 plus 2 equals 3. So December equals a 3. Make sense? Okay. Now the day, yours is 15. My example is 14. So you would do 1 plus 5 equals 6 instead of this one. So 6 plus 3 is a 9. That's your personal year number added to 2021, which equals a 5. 2021 is going to equal a 5, no matter how you look at it or how you add it. 2020 was a 4. 2019 was a 3. So we go from 1 through 9 and start over again. Make sense? Okay. Okay, so Teresa says, I'm 11-3. Does that make me a 5? That's right, because 11 is a 2, plus a 3 is a 5. So, a 5 plus a 5 is a 1, starting over. Brand new, independence. What do you want to do? Go do it. Think about it. What do you need to do first? Put yourself first. That's not negatively selfish. Okay, does that make sense? All right, Patty's a 7. 7 plus 5 is... I wish I had a board I could just write. But 7 plus 5 is 12. Now we have a double digit. You have to take the 1 and the 2, and it equals a 3. So Patty's year is a 3. And that's all about inner communication and beliefs. Learning, teaching, training, talking, speaking, designing, creating, expressing. But mostly, it's changing the synapses that stop you from having intimate relationships and setting boundaries to independence. Okay, because we're always including the previous numbers. Does that make sense? I hope this is helping. So how far did we get? We got up to number 5. Oh, we got to 6. 6 is so fun. So is 5. But you got to set the boundaries in 6. Right? Now, from a 6-year, we move to a 7. If your personal year number is a 7, the more you push out into the world to make something happen, the more the world pushes back. It is all about the solo, the lone wolf, the research, the spirituality, the discovery, the healing, the profound awareness from the inside out. The 7-year equals, for me, the parable, and I loosely quote, a man walks into the woods with a bucket of water and a stick to seek enlightenment. He finds enlightenment and leaves the woods with a bucket of water and a stick. What looks different on the outside? Nothing. What is different on the inside? Everything. So all my clients that I've read this year who were headed, because I also do numerology when I do readings, no matter what the reading is. But my clients who were just coming out of a 7 or going into a 7, I advise them to take extra time and care for themselves to really look at their diet, their exercise, their mindset, the epigenetics of their environment. Are they in clutter? Are they hiding? Are are they the exact opposite, always pushing, 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 and never allowing? What's the flow of energy? A 7-year, you discover your flow of energy, but you want to be more alone. I just want to, close the window shades and turn off the phone, read a book, write a book, meditate, get some healing Reiki, get some extra knowledge on, it's a lot about research in a 7-year. So if you're in a 7-year right now, you're coming out of it. I hope you learned something about yourself and discovered about your fears and your limitations and how to move beyond it. Okay, so now if you're in a 7-year and you're moving into an 8-year, gear it up. Clear. It's like ignition. Because everything you just learned in a 7-year is now going to be applied to the new you in an 8-year. They're tickling me, my bangs. And 8 is all about big business, monetary understanding. Beyond monetary and money, it's about worth. It's about your self-worth and then how you turn around and help somebody else. Help a group, help others. It's your contribution to the earth. Having just, if you could see in time-lapse photography, the numbers 1 through 7 come together in the number 8. You have good boundaries. Number 1. You know how to be intimate. Number 2. You know what you're communicating and how expansive your beliefs are. Number 3. You work hard at the thing that you want to accomplish. Number 4. Then you kick back and know how to relax. Number 5. And use creative means to get what you want. That's a 5. And then applying that to family and community. That's a 6. And then you move into a 7-year. Now, sometimes in a 3, 7, and 9-year, that's when there's a lot of endings. It might be a relationship. It might be, because it all stems from you. Whatever you're doing on the inside, your energy is going to change. That's a matrix. So when you change your vibe, it changes out there because now your frequency is different. So you will attract something different. Does that make sense? It's not, the numbers are magical. It's just like astrology. The planets don't tell you what to do. The numbers don't tell you what to do. It's just a definition of what you're doing yourself. Make sense? Okay, Teresa says, okay, I get it now. LOL, I'm in a 1-year for 2021. Okay? Is that true? Let me see. You're 11.3. That's a 5. 5 plus 5 is a 1. That's right. So that means you're in a 9-year. So we're working our way toward that. So if you're in an 8-year, you've got ideas. You want to contribute. You want to help. You want to donate. You want to build a business. You want to sell a business. You want to include more learning and education into what you already know to make the business thrive without you having to work so hard. You see the 4, a double 4 is an 8, right? So you've now upped your game without having to work as hard. Entrepreneurs like myself and my husband understand this. If you're an entrepreneur, you understand this. If you're an hourly wage earner and you move from 3 and 6 to an 8, it's like, oh, wow, what do I do now? It's a whole lot of education. But an entrepreneur mindset is someone who says, I know how to work with the community and for the community, but I want to do it by myself. Or I will assemble my own team and we'll do it the way I would like to do it and benefit from what the others who have come before me. Always learning, lifelong learners. Number 8s, if you're born in 8. I'm an 8. 5-3, that's my birthday. So now I have to put my information to the test. So if you're going from an 8 into a 9, and remember, the first couple of months overlap into the next year. So if you're coming out of an 8 into a 9, you might be like, yeah, the business is going. We're riding high. We just, met our markers for the year. And, it doesn't matter what economy we're in. I know how to make $1, or I know what to do with my money. I know how to invest my money. I know how to donate my money. to the best charities. I research charities that we give to. Anyone that has less than 95%, I just give the stuff to the people instead of the charity, because the charity will take my money. Do you understand? Admin. So, yeah, that kind of thing. So when we move into a 9-year, then suddenly it's, yeah, we're doing it. And then halfway through a 9-year, you're like, okay, wait, I just lost my job, or my grandmother is very sick in the hospital, or I don't feel so good. I'm tired. I think I might want to retire. I think I'm done. Or I've been giving. Yeah, I got to call it quits. I remember one 9-year, my dad passed away, and I had 2 radio shows. And by December of that 9-year, I was in my pajamas, and I said to my husband, "That's it. I'm done. I'm so done. I feel like toast." And my adrenals were shot, and I was so you have to, in a 9-year, really take care of your body. I mean, all the time, doesn't matter the year, but you really have to take care of yourself, because you'll discover new things all the time, and then we recycle back to the beginning. Does that make sense? Does this help? So does everybody understand what their year is coming up? And then from the 9-year, it's humanitarian efforts. Absolutely, but not ever at the sake of yourself. Ever. I mean, in extreme situations, the thing is falling, you push somebody out of the way, and you might get hurt in the process. Okay, that was selfless, that was beautiful, you helped somebody. But giving at the sake of yourself? No. Who says? Why? At what point do you stop that? Because that is only discounting yourself, depleting yourself, and stopping yourself from growing. Now, we're going to talk more about this on Thursday, when I will be back for the final numerological insight for the upcoming personal year. We're going to talk about it again. I'm playing with my new Moonology cards. Ooh. And they're so new that they're stuck together. So I'm kind of getting my vibe in there. Okay, Vicki says it does help. Thanks. Great. And so if you know the year that you're in, and you're ending one year, remember, it takes a couple of months to really jumpstart. It doesn't mean like day one. Oh, my kid and my husband are both in the same number cycle. So last year, they were both in number 9s. It was not easy. Now they're both in number 1s. Doesn't mean there aren't endings in a 1 year. It means you keep getting redirected toward what you really want, toward what's really appropriate for you. Because that's your vibe. If you believe that it's all possible, and that Christmas always works out for me and every day is Christmas, or life always works out for me, and I appreciate how the universe appreciates me. If you believe, then you will start to resonate a frequency that equals not just the numbers, but your highest, best, most amazing self. Then what comes? It's like you win life's cosmic lottery, and you go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Make sense? Does it help? Okie dokie. We'll be back on Thursday. I'll just pull a card and see if they don't stick together. All right, Moonology, Oracle cards. I don't know them yet. This is by Yasmin Boland. Artwork by Nyx Rowan. Nyx, what a great name. And Rowan is a tree. They're very stuck together. Okay. So I'll only be back on Thursdays for 1 hour in 2021, because I'll be in a 4-year and I'll be working it. So I have to really apportion my time and my agenda so that I don't burn out or get bored. Okay, Moonology, what oracle cards? Come show us what you have for us today. Who wants to play? What card would like to come out? They're stuck. Okay, what's this one? Okay. This one relates to a full moon in Pisces. So here's the advice. It's very simple. Balance spirituality with practicality. And I'm just going to get rid of the that one. Balance spirituality with practicality. All right, folks. That was sweet. Short and sweet. Love it. I'll be back on Thursday, same time, and then I'll be back again on January 7th, same time for 1 hour. All right, folks. Thank you for being here with me. Please embrace the idea that anything is possible and that you have the power to change your reality and then expand that vibe into the world to make this a much happier place. Thank you. I'll be back on Thursday. As always, I wish you peace.